Jacqui Just Chatters continues our radio mystery drama. If you missed any earlier episodes, you'll want to go back to the beginning or where you left off. Previously, wealthy eccentric inventor Richard Van Dyke had been found in his office behind a locked door, bludgeoned by his own fire poker. Could the killer have been his wife Edith, his daughter Dorothy, or his investor Arthur over from England? Richard's niece Alice came out for Christmas with Charlie, her New York detective boyfriend. Are they trying to solve the murder or hide their own part in it?
Welcome to the National Association of Broadcasters Thriller Theater. This evening our offering is the third serial episode of A Deadly Holiday on the Hudson. A big round of applause for our sponsor, Smile Bright Toothpaste. When you need your smile to be more than agreeable, you'll be brilliant with Smile Bright.
Yeah. Why have you dragged me out of my nice, soft, warm bed and into this cold, empty kitchen?
Well, I couldn't sleep. I came up with the perfect plan. I think everyone will relax and be more open to answering questions if they start the day with a nice hot breakfast. I bet something in your stomach will make you less grouchy, too.
Well, it isn't the worst idea I've heard. Go on.
I can make a pot of tea, a pile of toast, and plenty of soft boiled eggs. Us Smith girls learn practical knowledge as well as advanced academics.
Hooray for higher education.
What can you add to the meal?
Me? I can make flapjacks. Does that help?
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Oh, look. The cook left plenty of bacon as well. You know how to cook bacon?
You don't know how to cook bacon? Don't get in a huff, Your Majesty. You just throw it in a pan and eat it.
Excellent. You've been drafted into bacon service. You start working on the flapjacks and bacon, and I'll start on the eggs, toast, and tea. I can't believe Uncle Richard is dead, nor that everyone in this house has discussed that. I mean, I've always had my issues with Dot and Aunt Edith, but their family? I can't imagine them killing somebody, especially their husband or father. Dot did say that she didn't trust Arthur.
She said that he was a pincher, like your cousin Andrew. Is Andrew a murderer?
No, just a dirty pincher. I guess that gets us nowhere.
What about your Aunt Edith? Something about her reaction to all of this is odd to me. I can't put my finger on it. Have you ever heard about her having a temper?
Well, now that you mention it, I remember my mom telling me a story from when Aunt Edith was 18 and having her coming out. She and her mother argued about the dress, some big disagreement about the color and how much skin was on display. Well, finally, Aunt Edith got so upset that she grabbed a vase off the mantel and smashed it on the floor. My mother would tease her about it from time to time.
Well, that certainly proves she's capable of fits of temper. Shows a bit of a violent streak, too.
Charlie, she was 18. That's a long time ago. Besides, if you think Aunt Edith is a pill, wait until you meet my grandmother. I'm only surprised more porcelain wasn't smashed.
Hopefully, we can put off any more family introductions, at least until Easter. I don't think I can handle any more of your family right now. One murder is enough to keep me busy.
I know you spent the night thinking about what they said. Did anything jump out at you?
None of them have a good alibi about where they were. Frankly, all of them had the opportunity to kill your uncle. This house is so vast, people could come and go and no one would ever know. If it wasn't for the storm, I couldn't swear a stranger didn't just walk in through the front door and do it. This is the perfect place to commit a murder.
Well, Uncle Richard didn't bludgeon himself. It feels like we're just going round and round. All right, I'm going to let you finish up down here. I'll head upstairs and let everyone know that breakfast will be served soon. Put everything on the buffet.
You should let me go up,
Why?
because one of them's a killer, and they may try to kill you.
Not if we're bringing them breakfast.
What if I send your family into shock at the sight of a man in an apron?
Honestly, I think they would be more likely to have a case of the vapors if they saw me in an apron. Besides, I know the house better than you do. I'm just going to fly up the servant stairs. I'll give them a quick knock and shout through the door. I'll be back down here in a jiffy. Nothing to worry about.
Wait, there's another set of stairs in the house? No one said anything about them last night.
Well, the back stairs are for the servants. None of us use them unless we're trying to hide something. Oh my gosh, unless we're trying to hide something. Somebody could have used those when they were trying to kill Uncle Richard yesterday. Applesauce, I never thought about that.
Stay focused, Alice. Who would know about the stairs? Who had access to them?
Everyone in the family knew. Anyone who's ever been in a big house would be aware. They're pretty standard in homes of this size. Even Arthur would have expected to find a servant's staircase in the house. With all the staff away, anyone could have easily slipped up and down the stairs without being noticed.
So we don't know for sure if anybody used the back stairs as part of the murder. It just makes things more confusing. We're left with more questions than answers.
So that doesn't help us either. All right, I'm going up to announce the breakfast. If I'm not back in 15 minutes, grab the butcher knife and come searching for me.
That's not very funny, Alice.
Who's joking?
Now, a word from our sponsor.
Are your teeth feeling dingy after that third cup of coffee? At the end of the day, when your pack of smokes is finished, does your smile look dull? Now you can dazzle your boss and wow your sweetheart with an alabaster smile. Use Smile Bright toothpaste, the only one to guarantee a luminous set of choppers. What's our secret? Bleach. And plenty of it in every tube. That tingling feeling means it's working. You'll light up every room you enter with Smile Bright. Get it today.
Thank you for breakfast, Alice. A warm meal makes one feel more civilized. I didn't know you had such a domestic side.
I'm a woman of many talents.
Might make some man an ideal wife yet.
I wouldn't hold my breath. Mr. Huntington Smythe, may I call you Arthur? Formality feels a little awkward at this point.
I suppose, due to the circumstances, we may use our Christian names.
Thank you, Arthur. I was wondering how you and Uncle Richard met.
Well, it was one of those situations when I knew someone and he knew someone, and those someones put us in each other's orbits. He was looking for an investor, and I happened to be looking for an investment. Voila!
That's it. You're trying to steal Daddy's work. You are going to steal it, slap your name on it, and take all the credit and money.
What's so funny? I think Dorothy has a decent point. Industrial theft gone wrong is as good a motive as any.
You two think of Richard Van Dyke as a genius inventor?
Well, not just them, but most of the world as well.
Then he had the world fooled, and the joke is on us. I finally got a look at the invention this week. It doesn't work. Never will. It was just a crazy dream from an eccentric. I didn't steal it. It wasn't worth stealing. If you are looking for a motive, I'd start with the one who began this witch hunt.
You think Dorothy has a reason to kill her own father?
I came to visit Richard 2 nights ago to discuss this disaster. I had to return later because he was in his office having a conversation with his daughter that involved rather raised voices.
Did you hear anything specific?
I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, you understand, but it got heated. I heard Richard say, Jacob must manage his own affairs. He won't get a handout from me.
You nosy busybody. That is none of your business.
Now, a word from our sponsor.
Psst, ladies, leaning closer. This is just between you and me. Has anyone said that you are starting to look tired? Any hints that your husband is flirting with his secretary because you are a little past your sell-by date? Maybe your so-called friends won't tell you, but I will. Now, don't fret because I have the solution to your problems right here. It is the Youthful Glow Wrinkle Cream by Edith Charm Cosmetics. This smooth pink cream might smell like a dead toad, but will erase those lines and creases. Your husband will once again be enchanted by your beauty. Intelligence and a good sense of humor are fine, if that's all you have to work with. But now, with the magical Youthful Glow Wrinkle Cream, your life will be a fairy tale because it is a pretty face that nabs the prince. Look for the Ageless Charms Cauldron label wherever fine cosmetics are sold.
I'm sorry, Dorothy, but everything is our business now. This is a murder investigation. As soon as the roads are passable, we will have the cops here. You can answer these questions with them or now with me.
Fine. It's not like it sounds. My husband's business is having a little financial trouble at the moment. I asked Daddy to help out. He wasn't very sympathetic to Jacob's problems. He had the nerve to say that Jacob needed to make his own way in the world. That's ironic, considering Daddy had everything handed to him by grandfather. But I didn't kill him for the money. I was going to ask again after Christmas. I hoped he would be in a jollier mood.
Now that Mr. Van Dyke has passed, who inherits?
His will states that upon his death, a trust created for Dorothy will begin making monthly payments right away. It is worth 1/3 of the estate. That should ease those money woes, I suppose. There are a few bequests here and there, and then the rest comes to me as his widow.
You aren't suggesting that if I killed Dad for money, are you, Mother?
I certainly hope you didn't, dear. It would make Christmas awfully awkward.
Aunt Edith, don't you think it's a little early to be putting whiskey in your tea? This is serious business we're discussing.
I am aware of how serious it is, which is why I am putting the whiskey in my tea. It is the only way to bear this persecution.
Oh, you haven't even been persecuted yet, Mother.
Whatever do you mean, child?
You were about to get a lot less than your 2/3 share of Daddy's money.
What's this?
I can't even imagine what she's talking about.
Infidelity and divorce.
Was Mr. Van Dyke sneaking around?
Not farther. The maid told me when I arrived. She was nervous about what was going to happen. Apparently, Mother was having an affair. Daddy confronted her about it, and he told her he wanted a divorce.
Aunt Edith, is this true? Were you two-timing Uncle Richard?
Oh, Alice, you don't understand. You're not married yet. And Dorothy, I expect better of you. You've been married long enough to understand that relationships have ups and downs. Really, this is Richard's and my affair.
Not the best choice of words.
If Daddy divorced you, the best you would get is half of his money. And I am sure his lawyers would make sure you saw less than that. I'm very disappointed in you, Mother.
Since you refuse to respect our marital privacy as any decent person would. Yes, I was having a liaison with the chauffeur. It was not the first time I've had a dalliance either. Dorothy, I love your father, but he can go into his office or the laboratory and forget I exist. I accept this situation if it goes on for a few days or a week. But when it goes on for weeks and months, I won't have it. That is when I select a man suitable for my needs. Eventually, your father wakes up and notices what is going on. He rants and raves. He uses words like divorce. Then, once he's had the chance to cool down, he focuses on me. In fact, He pays a lot of attention, and it is like a second honeymoon.
Oh, Mother, no one needs details like that.
I'll agree with that one. So you expect us to believe this was a habit of yours?
Believe it or not, when the staff returns, you can ask Shivers, our butler. He can support me. He's seen it happen several times.
Mother, not Shivers.
Goodness, no, dear. He's a top-notch butler. I would never select him. Richard always fired my men, so I had to pick them carefully. Always someone we could easily replace. I could never replace Shivers.
Thank goodness for small favors.
Huh. You think you know your family.
Alice, dear, there are many things you don't know about myself or your mother.
I don't think I want to either.
I still think it's Arthur. He's been lurking around the house. There's something criminal about him. It's in the eyes.
I was not lurking about the house. I was exploring the place. I'm a visitor. That's what visitors do. I'm tired of these accusations. I'm the only one who will walk away a poorer person. I'm going to my room. Sorry. I will answer no more of these ridiculous questions.
The whiskey is hitting me. I think I'm going to lie down.
I'm not staying here to become the number one suspect.
Well, this was fruitful.
I know. My head is spinning with all these facts and counterfacts. How do you keep things straight in an investigation?
A good notepad. Is there any whiskey left?
Yes.
I like your aunt's idea. I'll take a tea and whiskey. Hold the tea.
Tune in next week for the next thrilling episode. You've been listening to A Deadly Holiday on the Hudson, an Alice and Charlie mystery. Written by Jacqui Lentz and Kevin Underwood. Produced by Jacqui Lentz. Jacqui Just Chatters sends a big thank you to our cast of players, which includes Samantha Jenkins as Miss Alice Van Dyke, Stephen Hampee as Mr. Charlie Walsh, Sonia Moore as Mrs. Dorothy Clark, Holly Amirandi as Mrs. Edith Van Dyke, Ben Dre as Arthur Huntington Smythe, Samantha Nephew as Commercial Girl. Theme music, Mystery by Paul Beese and his Novelty Orchestra.